All right, all right. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our queens and all our kings in the house here on the meeting platform and also on the varied YouTube platforms. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate, really do appreciate. And of course, as you know, we'll be starting with our signature tune, which is In It to Win It by our one and only Queen Loretta Shadari, who is an international singing recording artist. And of course, she has given us this song, gifted us this song, from maybe 2021 thereabout. Well, that's when I started to use it. And so, therefore, without any further ado, it is In It to Win It.
We are here. closing doors, please.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Lirata Shadari. Really appreciate, really do appreciate. All right, we're going to have to change up things a little bit because our Mindset Monday speaker did say that she's running a little late, quite possibly in traffic and all of those bad stuff. Okay, so what we'll be doing is actually getting into the second presentation before the first presentation, the mindset speaker, right? Mindset Monday speaker. That's Monday. Oh my goodness. Mindset speaker. I tell you, you see, I mean, I'm knocking heads too much with my wife now. So, I tell you. Anyway, all right. So mindset speaker, which is Queen Jacqueline Warner, Queen Jacqueline Warner, running a little late. So don't be despaired. We will be moving right into our our program, which is self-actualization, and this, of course, is part two. Right, part two. We did a part one last week, Thursday. So if you need to take a look, part one was done on last week, Thursday. I think that would be the 22nd, January 22nd. All right. So at this time, we will be doing part two. So let me just get that together so that we can get into it at this time. Okay, all right. So, okay, all right. So let us get into it now. Oh, I have to do this first. Share screen. All right, so that one. Okay. All right. So, right, self-actualization, part two. Part two. So, let us understand, let us understand self-actualization a little further. We did, as I said, part one last week. So let us look at the same definition basically, which is self-actualization is the psychological process of realizing one's full potential, because a lot of us is just operating off a percentage. We have our full creativity, our full talent, representing the highest level of personal growth. And that is in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that is what we are basically addressing, our self-actualization. It involves becoming one's authentic self, which means, put down yourself. You must lift up yourself at all times. Characterized by self-awareness, autonomy, and a drive to achieve rather than being driven by external rewards. In other words, if somebody don't pat you on your back, then you don't feel like you should do this or do that, right? Some people are discouraged at work because nobody not patting you on your back, etc. But if that's the reason you are doing it, to get rewards or to get big up, as we might say, a yard, then that is the wrong motivation, right? So let us look at characteristics of actualized individuals. One, realistic view of life. Realistic, and that is very important. If we don't have a realistic view of life, which is accept yourself and others, processing a strong ethical and often psychological sense of humor. Number two, autonomy and independence. They are resistant to enculturized culturation, valuing privacy, and independent thought. Number two, peak experiences. Frequently experience moment of intense joy, wonder, and awe instead of pessimistical, optimistical, basically. Problem-centered focus. They are driven by a sense of responsibility and purpose, often focusing on solving problems outside themselves. How to achieve self-actualization? All right, let us look at how to achieve self-actualization. Number one, first and foremost, live authentically. Live authentically, right? Stay true to personal values and avoid conforming to others' expectation. Stop being a people pleaser, in other words. Don't be a people pleaser because you cannot please everybody all the time. And so, therefore, you need to have values. You need to have values that you work from. That's what you need to do. Have values that you work from. Don't try to, um, you know, trying to please this person, trying to please that person, trying to please this person, trying to please that person. No, you're going to burn out yourself, number one, and you're going to be discouraged very fast. Know who you are and know whose you are. And when you get that pat, down pat, um, when you are aware of who you are, have some values. What are your personal value? Because you have to know your personal value before you can be true to it. Okay? Instead of swinging left, right, and all over the place. You have to know your personal values and stick to them. Okay? Um, two, embrace growth. You have to grow. There's no person on the planet want to be a dwarf. Not even a dwarf want to be a dwarf. Everybody want to grow physically. And so therefore, everybody needs to grow mentally. Everybody needs to grow spiritually. Because that is growth. Right? Embrace growth. And you never stop growing. Really and truly, you never stop growing, especially mentally. All right? Step out of your comfort zone and accept challenges. All right? I remember some years ago, my uncle, one of my uncle, said not going to get a cell phone. Him not going to get a cell phone, no matter what. And that was when cell phone just started to come in back in the 90s, right? Not getting any cell phone. By the time BlackBerry and all of those come around in the early 2000s, no, not getting any cell phone. Him have a house phone and him don't see why I need to get a cell phone, right? Um, and it went on and went on and went on. And by the time you reach 2010, he had a cell phone. right? So accept challenges and accept changes, all right? Because we are living in a changing world. So accept changes and accept challenges, okay? Practice mindfulness. Remain present. Remain present and aware of thoughts and emotions. Remain present and aware of thoughts and emotion. Practice mindfulness. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of what is happening in our society and in our world. Be mindful. Don't have to get hysterical or anything like that, but just be mindful because you are living in this life. So if you are living in this life, be mindful, right? Um, Appreciate small moments. Yes, everybody want the big hoorah, hoorah. That's what everybody wants, the big hoorah, hoorah. But appreciate small moments. Find wonder in daily life, such as in nature or small everyday accomplishments. Okay? You might be doing a little project. It might not be significant. You're not going to get up, the manager or the owner for the company not going to call you to his office and give you a bonus check or praise you or whatever. No, right? But everyday accomplishments, you need to acknowledge those, right? You need to acknowledge those. Take care of health. Very important. And I really, really appreciate Queen Jacqueline Warner because, of course, that is one of her high topic, right? High topic. She's all about health, and we're talking about good health. That Jacqueline Warner, Queen, listen, maybe naturopathic doctor, Queen Jacqueline Warner. When she talk about health, oh my goodness, it's like you want to do everything that she says. So take care of health. Prioritize physical and mental well-being because listen, you cannot enjoy life. It's impossible. Let me say it this way. My bad. But let me say it this way. It is impossible to enjoy life when you feel sick. Right, King Carlton? You can't enjoy life. It's hard. You're on your sick bed, and somebody have to give you a bedpan. And oh my goodness, there's no enjoyment in that. None whatsoever. And so health is really the number one thing that you can do for yourself, right? Because I can't take care of you. sorry, King Carlton. I can't take care of you. I don't own a nursing home yet. All right. I don't own a nursing home yet. I get in there. I get in there. All right. So hopefully under that umbrella. But I can't take care of anybody right now. I will apart from my nice, lovely wife. But that's as far as my my extent of taking care of someone is, right? But take care of your health. You are living with yourself every day. Every day you're living with yourself. You're not living with me. That's first and foremost. So when Queen naturopathic doctor Jacqueline Warner talk about health, of which I think she's going to talk about it this evening, when she listen, take notes and try to abide, try to motivate yourself to go into that direction, right? Because when you're healthy, you feel better. You have a little headache and oh my goodness, you looking to fall into depression more than anything else, right? And all of that is based on health, right? You have a flu, you have cold, you have virus or whatever going around, right? And you're not going to feel good right away. So prioritize physical and mental well-being to sustain personal growth, right? Because that's really a part of growing, right? You born with a defective leg or defective two legs, you know. You man, you want to anyway, we're not going to get into all of that negativity. All right, take care of your health. Take care of your health. That is what we are saying, right? Take care of your health. Very, very important. So please take care of it. All right. Benefits and role in mental health. Benefits and role in mental health. Because, as I said, health is very, and self actualization has to do also with health. There's no, listen, a person not going to employ you if you are sickly, not going to employ. That's first and foremost. And really and truly, if you're meeting an accident on the job, right? Them going to lay you off. If especially if you're not working there long. If you're working there long, you might get disability pay or something like that. But if you're not working there long, they lay you off. So health is very benefits and role in mental health. Self actualization leads to a more meaningful, content life, fostering deep connections and empathy. Mental, mentally, it it shifts individual from fear-based living to soul consciousness or self transcendence, which enhances overall well-being and life satisfaction. Let me say that again. Let me read that again. Mentally, it shifts individual from fear-based living. You know, much people, because they are very sickly, they're fearing the whole aspect of dying even more, right? A person get diagnosed and then maybe have cancer. And, oh my goodness, it's like life is over. Some people even go as far as to commit suicide with a terminal illness. But even with a terminal illness, you don't have to fear. Live a soul consciousness or a self transcendent life. And that is based on healthy living. Okay, that is based on healthy living. So I do hope and trust that with these few information that you got this evening, that were able to you were able to okay you were able to fully get the gist of self actualization, because with self actualization, it lifts you up out of the miry clay, because because Paul himself in I think it is Philippians 2, right? He says to work out your soul salvation with trembling. Not that you're going to save yourself. You can't save yourself, right? You can't save yourself. But when God has already paid the price, but now you have to know, after you say, yes, Jesus, or yes, I will serve you, dear God, and you're baptized, then you need to now live the life in accordance with the public declaration that you have declared. And that now is based on self actualization, knowing who you are and whose you are. I thank you very much for your kind attention. I hope I didn't um, take up too much time. And I thank you all very much. Really appreciate. So, any comments or any questions in respective to self actualization?
Hello,
Oh,
Dr.
Dr.
Derek.
Nadu, Queen Dr. Nadu, go ahead, just for
I
you.
just want to say it was short and sweet. You went straight to what you got to say for that second portion. Uh, it was fantastic. The thing is
Boom.
like you cannot be dancing and see yourself and appreciate the way you are dancing.
All right,
So you look
bombastic.
at other people and you get confused, like, I cannot do this, cannot do this. But when we come to that self-consciousness, is our health. Thank you very much.
All
Yeah,
right, wonderful. Thank you very much,
you're welcome.
Queen Dr. Nadu, just for you. I
Thank
think you
you.
were to call me yesterday
Yeah,
and you didn't.
yeah. We
Listen,
planned and it didn't
I
happen.
am making sure that I announce it to everybody, you know. And you promised to call me, and you didn't call me.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
I will
You see?
anyway.
Yeah, all right,
I'm
sister.
still in need.
Yeah, right, right. If you say so.
All right.
Good, good, good. Amen, church. All right. Thank you very much. Queen Jacqueline Warner. I see you.
Yes, hello and good evening to everyone. Amazing,
Mhm.
amazing presentation, Dr. Derek. Amazing. It was right on point, because sometimes we tend to um, be more like pleasing people throughout our lives. And we don't get anywhere because it's not about pleasing other people and leaving yourself out, just doing things because um, that's what the person will like, and you will do it just to please them, and maybe you really don't want to do it, so it's good not to be a people pleaser and just do things because of the person and not because it's something that you want to do. And
Mm,
living authentically, being yourself is very important because you can't be nobody else but yourself.
mm,
And because if you try to be someone else, then you have to always be in their presence. You have to follow everything that they're doing. So that will be difficult. And then you won't even exist anymore. So
mm,
it's good to be authentic and just be yourself because that's who God made us individually, uh, for Him,
mm.
not for us ourselves, actually. So amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you. Awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Queen Naturopathic Dr.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Warner.
Mhm, mhm.
All right. And let me see. All right. Everybody good to go. All right. And so, therefore, let us reverse, right? We need to hit a reverse now. And it's the mindset.
Yeah.
You know, Queen Jacqueline Warner, when I first was saying it, I said mindset Monday. Oh my goodness. I tell you. Anyway, the mindset, the mindset, mindset. And we're going to talk a little bit. Queen Naturopathic Dr.
Mhm.
Jacqueline Warner is going to give you a little bit of the importance of vitamin
Deep.
D. The farther you live from the equator, I think I can say this part because I know this part, the more you need to take vitamin D. So, from once you live north of, and maybe King Carlton going to open out his eyes on me. But from once you live north of Cuba,
Mm.
because I know King Carlton think that him safe, but no, you're not safe,
Mhm,
King
mhm,
Carlton.
mhm, 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 mhm.
You're not safe at all. From once you live north of Cuba, you need this topic right now. Okay? So the importance of vitamin D. A wonderful um, young lady that will be speaking on this topic. International inspirational speaker, entrepreneur, and with one of the oldest companies on the planet, and talk show host, and a grandmother of 9 point something. I don't know how much months in the belly, but she'll soon be 10.
Yeah.
Um, soon be a grandmother of 10, right? So still
Yes.
in the oven baking, right? And so on. So getting there. So at this time, the importance of vitamin D by our one and only Queen naturopathic doctor Jacqueline Warner. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Derek, for that introduction. And thank you again to all our members here. I hope this topic will enlighten you and also enhance your life. Okay. And tonight we're actually talking about the importance of vitamin D3, like Dr. Derek stated, and it's choosing the light for health and healing. Okay. Um, Vitamin D3, of course, to be known as it's the sunshine vitamin. It's one of the most essential yet commonly deficient nutrient worldwide. I work in a clinic, and people will come in and they will be vitamin D deficient. And like Dr. Derek said, the further you live away from the equator, the more you do need vitamin C. I mean vitamin D. So and a lot of times in like New York, it's there's sun, but it's not enough sun, and then it's too cold, so people is not able to go outside. And don't talk about places like Australia and places that's very cold, London, where it's very moist and cold. People tend to be more indoors, so they don't get enough sun. So they have to depend either on food or supplements, of vitamin D. So the modern lifestyle, it actually limits sun exposure, quietly affecting our physical, our mental, and immune health. Now, vitamin D3 is more than a vitamin. It functions like a hormone. Okay, it's influencing nearly every system within our very own bodies. So, what is vitamin D and its benefits? Understanding vitamin D3. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin necessary for calcium absorption. Vitamin D also is the most effective and bioavailable form produced by the skin through sunlight. Now, the key benefits is strengthen our bones and teeth due to the absorption of calcium from the food that we eat. Okay, it supports muscles and strength and balance. It improves our brain function and mood. Sometimes we have mood swings, and sometimes we don't know where it's coming from, but it can be a deficiency of vitamin D. And it reduces inflammation. You know, Amazing, because a lot of times when we suffer from minor aches, it's due to deficiency of vitamin D. It enhances our immune function, and it supports heart and metabolic health. The symptoms of vitamin D deficiency begins with chronic fatigue. We're always tired. We don't have a lot of energy. Well, that's one of the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. You have bone and joint pain, your muscle weakness or cramps, frequent infections, depression or mood changes. All that is associated with vitamin D deficiency. Your hair thinning, okay, delay wound healing. Sometimes your wounds, you get a cut and it takes, and you will say, well, maybe I'm a diabetic, because you will associate with diabetes, because diabetic patients, it takes a long time for their wounds to heal. But no, it actually is a deficiency of vitamin D. So these are not merely signs of aging, but it's signals of a nutritional imbalance. So don't take it. And some people say, well, it's old age. We like to say things like that, but it's not pertaining to that. And don't talk about the melanin and vitamin D. That's a critical consideration. Why? Because the melanin provides a natural protection against the UV radiation, but it reduces the vitamin D production in the skin. And you know who that addresses more is people of color. So, because of the melanin in our skin, it can cause us not to absorb the sunlight easily. That means we have to stay in the sun a little longer than people that are light skinned. Okay? Because that melanin blocks the rays of the sun, and we need the sun because that's the vitamin D. Okay? Remember, vitamin D is the sunlight vitamin. So people of color often require more sun exposure to produce the adequate vitamin D levels. Okay, so deficiency can occur even in a warm, sunny climate. Like I am in St. Martin, and I'm mostly in the sun, sometimes for the whole entire day, you know, and still I had a slight deficiency of vitamin D, and I was like, well, I'm in the States now, so maybe that's the reason for the deficiency. But with all the time I was in the sun, it should have benefit for some reason, and maybe I wasn't eating enough foods that carry the vitamin D. You see, so it's very important that don't think that you're living in a hot, sunny climate that you are okay. You always have to make sure check your vitamin D levels. Okay. So the takeaway is nutritional needs vary and awareness empowers prevention and wellness. Now, the foods that support vitamin D levels, fatty fish, they say salmon, sardines, and mackerel. But you have to be careful of these fishes because we talk about them having high levels of mercury. So you got to use wisdom, okay? Egg yolks, beef liver, cold liver oil, cod liver oil, fortified foods like plants. They say milk, cereals, and yogurt. A lot of those are dairy products, and I really don't believe in them because they cause mucus in the body. But we can look for other fortified foods besides some of those like plant-based products that can give you the same benefit. And sun-exposed mushrooms. And you have to be careful with the mushrooms because not all of them are good. So you have to do your research, okay? Diet supports vitamin D, but may not be sufficient alone. Why? Because vitamin D supplementation, sometimes we might have to supplement because of the food, our environment. It could be anything. So vitamin D3 is better absorbed than D2. And I didn't even realize there was a D2, but there is a D2, and they're saying that D3 is better absorbed than D2. And supplements help bridge gaps caused by limited sunlight or dietary intake. Okay, so balance is essential, and testing and guidance are encouraged. So don't overlook it and say, feel like everything is okay. And don't wait till you get a symptoms. Every time you're going to do your lab work, make sure that's added on there. And do your research and make sure, I think that's another topic, to make sure that the things that's we supposed to be tested for, that we are being tested for our very overall well-being, because sometimes we're not. Okay. Now, vitamin D, regarding cancer, viruses, and our immune system, vitamin D3 supports immune regulation and reduces chronic inflammation. Okay, because we already know it deals with inflammation. It helps immune cells fight viral infections. It supports normal cell growth and repair. That way, cancer cells will not be able to grow, and it strengthens the body's natural defense system. So, a nourished immune system is the body's first line of protection. And just to summarize, vitamin D3, we learned that it supports bone and muscle health. It's emotional and mental wellness due to, our mood swings, immune strength. So once our immune is built up, it can help against disease prevention and overall vitality. So deficiency is common, but preventable with knowledge and intentional care. That's what it's all about. So, in conclusion, our body was created with divine wisdom. Vitamin D3 is one of the tools that allows it to function as designed. Health is not accidental, it's intentional. So when we nourish our bodies, we honor the life entrust to us. A call to action: choose the light. Get your vitamin D levels checked. Spend mindful time in the safe sunlight. Nourish your body with supportive foods. Use supplementation wisely when needed, and share this knowledge with family and the community, because health is a daily decision that empowers purpose. I thank you so much, and I hope this information will gladly rest on your heart, in your mind, and that you will take action on choosing light. Back to you, Dr. Derek.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Queen Jacqueline Warner. That was awesome. Did
Thank you.
you, I mean, for those who have sunlight, what is the best time to get that sunlight? Midday?
And for me, it's early in the morning because it's
Early in the
not so
morning.
hot. Yeah, I do it early in the morning, like after, I get out to walk around 6 a.m. and I stay there and watch the sun rise. So I get that first morning sun, which is not too hot. The air quality is better. So I think early morning is the best time before work, or for those that have to be to work early, I think that then you will do it on your lunchtime. You will take 30 minutes for your lunch, and the other 30 minutes you will take a little walk, or a little and do a little relaxation if possible out of it. 15 minutes of sun, and because you won't get it on your way back home because it will be dark by then. So lunchtime will be a better choice, or early morning according to your schedule.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, so another question, because I'm not seeing any hands up as yet. And so if you have any questions or any comment, you can or you may raise the hand. The raise hand is there, available to raise. But another question: what am to persons going to the beach and soaking up the sun for about 2, 3, 4 hours?
Okay, I don't think they need I don't think you need that much sun. I mean, you will look for a little cover, um, some shade. I don't think you need 2 to 3 hours, but I guess it's not harmful in a way. But you have to use some kind of protection for those that are light skinned, I will say, because their skin are thin and they don't have enough melanin in their body to protect the rays, the ultra rays of the sun. So they would not be able to stay in the sun 2 to 3 hours, even though they do. But because I think they're not knowledgeable and they just feel that it's okay for them to get the sun because they're focusing on a tan. They're not focusing on the health wise. They're thinking about, getting darker, but they can't, you don't get darker like that. You're just burning the skin and you're causing yourself to subjected to skin cancer. So I don't think
Mm.
it's a very good idea to soak up the sun for 2 to 3 hours. It's not. I don't do that when I go to the beach. I look for shade. It's impossible.
Mm.
But I
Okay.
don't know. Light skinned people can really sit there and soak it up. I don't know how they can do it. I can't at all. That's too much
Yep,
sun.
yep, yep. When you go to Miami Beach or Dina Beach or Fort Lauderdale Beach or um what's that other one up there name? Clearwater Beach
Clearwater Beach. There's no
or
shade there.
or Virgo Beach. They just lay there 3 4 hours. They just lay there. They turn over on their back and then they turn over on their stomach and they just lay there 2 3 4 hours taking
And then they
sun.
have sun. Then they have sun. You know what? Suntan lotion. They think that's a protection, but that's just a chemical causing another reaction within their body, and they're totally unaware.
Mm. And some get a sunstroke. But anyway.
Mhm.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Doctor.
So any questions? Let me look
I
on
don't
the
see any.
YouTube if there's any questions. No chat. Nothing in the chat. Let me look also in the okay. Greg just saying hi everyone. That is saying okay. So it's just people sending greetings and so on and thanks, overall thanks. All
Okay.
right. So I guess that was well received.
Yes, indeed.
Vitamin D. So, Queen Naturopathic Dr. Jacqueline Warner, for your closing comments.
Okay. God said in Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prosper. And that's John, John, John 3, or 3rd John chapter 1, verse 2. So choosing knowledge is choosing life, and choosing light is choosing healing, and your body is worth the care. So choose light and let our body heal so we can live a life of abundance, just like God has ordained for each and every one of us. Thank you so much, Dr. Derek. Back to you. And thank you to all the members.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Really appreciate, really appreciate. And of course, self-actualization. It's not about focusing on self that you deny everybody else, but because persons think low. A lot of persons think low or think negative about themselves in such a way that self-actualization becomes important. And to esteem yourself a little better is for growth, for personal growth. There's no way you can be beating down yourself and expect to grow mentally or spiritually. So let us stop beating down on ourselves and let us grow because you are never too old. There's no age on growth. because it is not only physical, your body, but it is mental and spiritual. Okay, that is the complete man or woman. So, thank you all very much. Really do appreciate. Thank you for joining us this another Thursday. Remember that come in tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be the Yvonne Duo with One Global Movement, Queen Dr. Yvonne and Queen Yvonne Finn. And on Sunday, it will be Dream Team, 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then, of course, come Monday, Mindset Monday with my Queen Miriam. And on Tuesday and Thursday, you know that it's Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And one Passion on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all very much for making it Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. Thank you those on the YouTube platforms. Really appreciate. And as you know, on this meeting platform, we will be having after party before we go. So those on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. And you have yourself a wonderful Catawampus day. Peace, blessings, and enough love.